Thrunite has a brand new 18650 light on the market. It boasts an incredible 2300 lumens from a single emitter. It has onboard USB charging, and it's pretty compact package for its size. Thanks to Thrunite for sending this to me to review. Let's take a closer look. Packaging is similar to other Thrunite lights that I've gotten recently. It's a nice brown cardboard box. You've got a picture of the light on the side and the emitter on the side. That's really about it for the outside of the package. The light sits inside black foam, and it's protected nicely. You get several accessories here. You have the manual, you get a micro USB charging cable, you get a bag with the lanyard, some extra O-rings, a extra button cover, extra micro USB cover. You also get this holster here that is branded Thrunite. The light fits in here. It does have a little extra padding that's nice to it. You don't get a Velcro holster or a Velcro option for the belt loop. All you get is just this fixed one and a plastic D-ring. Also included is a Thrunite button top IMR battery. It's 3100 milliamp hours. And if you look closely here, it looks a little bit pink. And that's because this wrapper is thin, and underneath is a Samsung 30Q. I can read the model numbers even underneath the wrapper. This is great. The Samsung 30Qs are a great, pretty high drain battery. This light is built from aluminum anodized with an eggshell black. It's the same as other Thrunite recent lights. The tail allows for the light to tail stand just fine here. We can tail stand it. And it's also got an area that's milled in there. I could see somebody epoxying a magnet on if they wanted. Currently it's not magnetic. On the tail cap, you've also got this space here for a lanyard to attach, if that's your thing. It's not really mine. This pocket clip is one area that I'm a little bit disappointed in. On the inside of the button, you can see the spring there, and there is an additional little black plastic ring to help keep that retained. Threads are square cut and had just a little bit of grease on it. On the body tube itself, there are these square cuts in there milled, and it reminds me of the Olight M2R that I've got here beside it. Very similar looking cuts. The Olights are a tad more aggressive but smaller, and the Thrunites stand up taller but are really nicely deburred. They provide some grip but not a ton. The pocket clip here is one area where I think could be improved upon. Currently it only fits on the tail of the light. It's a little beefier clip, and it's also not as deep carry as I'd like to see. There's about 18 millimeters of light showing with this current clip. The head does separate from the body. You can just unscrew it there. Inside it's got some brass contacts, and it's raised slightly in the center to act as that contact point. From an outside, it's similar to other Thrunite lights with this anti-roll ring. You've got the aluminum button here. It's magnetic. It does make some clicky noise. And then on the back, you've got the USB charging port. And that door for that charging port is a little bit different. Instead of having one little contact point, this has a whole rubber ring around the light that comes on. It makes, if this does rip off, that makes it easy to change. Some extras are included, and I think it allows for that port door to be open and stay open easier than some other designs. The front bezel is smooth with minimal fins. The lens is anti-reflective coated. The reflector is deep and smooth, and the LED is nicely centered. There's minimal writing on the outside of this light, just the Thrunite TC15 model number on the front, and on the back you've got the serial number and the required markings. I measured the length at 123 millimeters, maximum diameter at 26 millimeters at the anti-roll ring, and minimum diameter at 25 millimeters at the head. Weight with the included battery and clip was 125 grams. If I compare it to this Olight M2R here, get them lined up, you can see the M2R is just a little bit longer. It feels fatter in the head. If I compare them, they're not it's not hardly any bigger, but it just feels like it's a bigger light. I think it's all down to the body tube there and the slimmer bezel. If I compare it to an Olight M2R here, you can see the M2R is significantly shorter, and and it does have a more favorable pocket clip, but it is carry up. Both these are 18650 lights, and you can see how much smaller in diameter the Olight is. That is something I really like about the Olight S2R baton too from Olight. But both are good options. It just makes a Thrunite seem longer than it needs to be. And here it is on the dollar bill for size reference. This light is using a Cree XPH35 HD LED, and in my example it's cool white. Thrunite on their website has a neutral white model listed, but it's not yet available. Maximum brightness is listed at 2300 lumens, but according to some other reviews, such as Zero Air, it may be a little bit underrated. He saw 2700 lumens at the beginning of turbo mode, and then it decreased. Hard to kind of see beam shots here with my video lights on as always, but I'll put in some other shots. You can see it's got a hot center and a reduced spill. It surprised me at how well this light threw at a distance. Thrunite rates it at 246 meters, and that's thanks to that smooth, deep reflector on that and that Cree XPH35 HD LED. Here are my night shots for the Thrunite TC15, and I'm out on my snow-covered deck, and this is in moonlight mode, 1 lumens, and you can see it probably a little bit better due to that reflective white snow. If I bump up, I get 25 lumens. And this is a nice test of the beam quality here. You can see that hot center with the spill. This is the cool white version of the light. And you can see at 25 lumens, it throws pretty well. Bumping up again, you get 250 lumens. Again, throws pretty nice. You can see the end of the neighbor's fence, no problem. This would be a great light for spotting your dog in your backyard if that's something you wanted to do. Here is high at 1050 lumens. Throws into those trees pretty nice. Throws the fence nice. And here is turbo, a full 2300 lumens. Some people have tested this as actually brighter than that. You can see those trees. It takes quite a bit of light to flood and see those trees on this style of light. Easily throws the distance they're claiming. As I was mentioning, some people have tested this light to actually put out more light than claimed. If we come down, we can see it's super bright in front of me, blows out the snow in my property, and does a great job of throwing. So I want to do a little comparison here. On the left is the Thrunite TC15. On the right is the Olight M2R. These mode spacings aren't super comparable, but I wanted to kind of give you a comparison. So again, here on the left is the Thrunite TC15. We can see this is high mode. And here is the Olight in high mode. The Olight is in neutral white. It's got a little bit more yellow tint here to the eye. Here is turbo on the Olight. It's about 1200 lumens in this mode that I have it in. And here is the Thrunite, the 2300 lumens. The Thrunite throws just a little bit better than the Olight. So with so many lumens out of a small package, this light does get hot. After 1 minute on turbo, I measured it at 102 degrees Fahrenheit at the head. After 5 minutes, I measured it at 113 degrees. And after 10 minutes, I measured it at 116 degrees Fahrenheit. This is roasty, but it won't burn you. And the light does have thermal protections in place, and I never saw it got beyond that 116 degrees. Runtime on this light's pretty solid considering its lumen output. On turbo, the light steps down after 2.5 minutes. Then it stabilizes for about 95 minutes. And then the last 10 minutes, the light starts to sag a bit as the battery depletes, but not really that much noticeably when in your hand. At the end, low voltage protection kicks in and the light shuts off. This button here in the center acts as a battery level indicator when you're charging and when you're discharging the light. When it gets red and red flashing, that means it's time to charge the battery. Mode spacing is as follows. Turbo is 2300 lumens, then 820 lumens after 2 minutes. High is 1050 lumens, medium is 250 lumens, low is 25 lumens, Firefly/Moonlight mode is 1 lumen, and strobe is 839 lumens. The UI in this light is the same as most Thrunites, which is good. Nothing new to learn, and it's a good UI in my opinion. From off, long press to get Firefly mode. When the light's on, press and hold to cycle through the different modes, going low to high, low, medium, high, and double click to get into turbo. Once in turbo, click again to get to strobe. Recharging is handled via this micro USB port on the back side of the light here, and it performed pretty well. I saw an average close to 1 amp for charging, which means it took about 3.5 hours to fully charge. This is a safe charging speed, but it won't win any awards for the fastest. But what it means is your battery will have a long, healthy life. So for me, the pros of this are, it's got a high quality Samsung 30Q battery that's included. Nice construction. I like those square threads and the small diameter of the light. and it's good UI and mode spacing. My cons are, to move from a good to great EDC, this would need to have a better pocket clip that allows it to carry deeper in the pocket. I think it's a little bit long as well. And one thing I also found is that one spring in the tail cap means when the light's on here, let me see if I can get this to show, it will, as I kind of drop it on the table, and I'm just an inch off the table, it disconnects for just a second. This isn't the camera glitching out or anything like that. This is what it's actually like. I think it'd be nice if, for this length, if Thrunite put a little bit of a spring in the head of this light, so hopefully the battery would bounce around while still remaining in contact. My conclusion is the Thrunite TC15 is pretty nice, complete flashlight package. There's not a lot of similar lights with this emitter and size on the market that are non-tactical oriented. I like the longer throw this one offers, and it's not that big a package. It's a little longer than I'd like, but I like that small diameter. I do wish that with this longer length, you'd get a spring in the head, which I think would help with that connection issue when the light's dropped onto its tail. I wish a deeper pocket clip was offered to improve its EDC ability. Overall, this light is pretty good value for a complete package from a great brand with great reputation and customer support. Thrunite is running a Christmas promotion on their website here from now till the end of the year, where you can use the code below in the description of the video to save 20% when ordering direct from them. I don't get any kickbacks from this or anything. I just wanted to make sure my subscribers knew about it to get the best deal possible on Thrunite lights. As always, if you've got one of these Thrunite TC15s or other Thrunites, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks again for watching this video.